I have been sipping whiskey and watching videos all afternoon. And just last night, I was shopping. I was doing my shopping. So I got a Canadian whiskey, and I got two Irish whiskeys, and I got blended Scotch, and I got a couple of single malt Scotches. Now I got this particular single malt Scotch, the Laphroaig quarter cask. Now I had Laphroaig quarter cask before, and I found that it was totally freaking brilliant. Since I had this 2-3 years ago, the last time, something like that, I have reviewed the 10-year-old. I have reviewed 2014 Cardeas. I have reviewed the Triple Wood. And so I've gone through just about the whole Laphroaig range of anything below about 12 years old. I mean, there's a Laphroaig 18 and there's older Laphroaigs, but I have not tried them and I probably cannot afford them. But the Laphroaig quarter cask is an affordable, really fine, strong, peated Islay malt. It's bottled at 48% alcohol by volume, which is just about, in my mind, the perfect alcohol content. There's the Laphroaig thing. It's probably a deal where you go online and buy your square foot of peat bog. Oh look, I have a unique number to buy my square foot of peat bog. I saw that Benedict Luning had just put up a video recently where he went to his square foot of Islay, his square foot property of Islay, and planted his little German flag on there. And of course he went to Horst Luning's piece of land, also square foot on the island of Islay. Well, here we are. We got a Laphroaig quarter cask. Like I said, I've been sipping whiskeys all afternoon, so I've had a few in me now, and I always like going back to favorites, and that's why I bought this. I mean, there were some other whiskeys that I wanted to try, but you know, there was a little blank space on my shelf for a peated Islay malt, and I could have gotten some Finlagen cask strength, but cask strength is not. It was like 58%. That's a little bit too much. And I like having my whiskey here and my water on the side. I don't typically like mixing my whiskey with water. If the whiskey is right, it doesn't need water. And I'm not going to be such a prig, I suppose, that I have to pick up every little flavor nuance that's in there. I mean, I enjoy my whiskey, but if it becomes work to try and get everything out of it, yeah. And adding water, to me, at least in my experience, has been a hit or miss kind of affair, where you either put too much and drown it, or you don't put enough and you don't get all the flavors you want. So I like whiskeys that are already properly balanced and ready for the palate, straight out of the bottle, without any modification or playing with. Let us get a proper popper. Yes. This one was a little more high-pitched than the last one, but that's okay. The last one was that Compass box. I think I was mispronouncing it the whole time. It's supposed to be Asila rather than Asila. So I correct myself. And if you correct me again, I'll stand to be corrected. Here we are, Laphroaig quarter cask, 48% alcohol by volume, 750 milliliters. Let's go for the nose. That beautiful Laphroaig smoke. This Laphroaig smoke you don't get out of any other whiskey. It's distinctive. It's medicinal. It's not a bonfire, it's clinical. It's clean, it's sharp. It's a Laphroaig smoke. It's hard to describe it in words. It's something that must be experienced in order to know what it's really about. But Laphroaig is one of those. I keep coming back to Laphroaig. It's been one of my favorites for a hell of a long time. In the quarter cask, okay, it misses that sherry component that you get out of the triple wood, but still, it's a damn good bang for the buck. I think it was $69 or something like that, plus tax, whatever. Cheaper than the 10-year-old, and they didn't have any triple wood on the shelf. And it's a good thing I bought this because I had not reviewed it yet. All I smell is that beautiful medicinal Laphroaig smoke. Intense peat. It's an old friend that I love to come back to. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Gotta have me some Laphroaig. In fact, when I finished the last of my triple wood last week or 2 weeks ago, and since then, I gotta have some Laphroaig in my arsenal to make the shelf complete. Yeah. Oh well, the last thing I had to drink was some Northern Harvest rye from Crown Royal. And before that, I think I had some Penderin. And mind you, the Penderin is getting better. That particular bitterness that was coming through on the first dram or so has sort of morphed into a dry sweetness, I could say. And it's not bitter anymore. So Penderin, is getting better. It's getting to be more enjoyable than it was when I first tried it. But I digress, so we're back to Laphroaig quarter cask. Oh yeah. That unmistakable Laphroaig peat. I don't know what they do, but it's fantastic. There's some people who would claim that it reminds them of dirty socks. But it's an old friend to me. Okay, here we go. It fills the mouth. I taste creosote and tar. Ah, exceptional. If you like peat, this is the one for you. Because Laphroaig doesn't hold back any punches when it comes to flavor. The flavor is there. And the aftertaste. It's just tar and creosote and tar and creosote. many layers of tar and creosote. Mm. It's like a underneath that tar and creosote. Mm. It's brilliant how this just fills up the mouth with tar, medicinal tar, creosote, road pitch. Oh, and there's a fruity something beneath it. This is the quarter cask has a stronger flavor, and also it has a higher alcohol content than the 10. Excuse me. And this is the final dram of the evening, or in my case, of the day. Just because of the intense tar. I'm going to add just a little bit of water. And the reason I'm going to do this is to see if I can pick out any other flavors besides tar and creosote. I love this stuff. It doesn't have to be complex. It just needs to be over the top tar. Okay, the tar has diminished somewhat, which is no surprise as I add water. Is it getting in any way hazy from the water? Perhaps there's a bit of Scotch mist. Wait, let it mist some more. I'm still getting tar, yeah. But it's toned down a little bit. The taste, again. Quite nice, actually. I'm getting a little bit of fruity notes to it. Just a bit. Bit of vanilla, actually, more than fruit. Cleanse the palate again. This is so intense and powerful. Yeah. Bit of oak. Bit of bourbon barrel oak. Bit of vanilla. Not much caramel, more vanilla. Underneath that heavy, great big cloud of smoke, there is some vanilla. But aside from that, I don't get a lot of fruit. Although maybe a tiny hint of pear. Very tiny hint. but the quarter cask is a young one. Yeah, bourbon barrel. I'm definitely getting oak. Covered in smoke. Tiny bit of fruit. Not much of a metallic note to it, but there is a slight. It's there, but very slight. Still one of my favorites for ending the evening, or in this case, the afternoon. The neighbor just sneezed, and I've gone on for a long time, have I not? It's because I like this stuff so much. Yeah, that is the, if you like peat, if you like a strong young whiskey, Laphroaig quarter cask cannot be beat. It is the best bang for the buck there is if you like peat. So now I'm going to let you go. Sorry to have taken up so much of your time. And Salancha.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Yeah.